price.
Kevin, what does this all mean, really? I mean, just interpret this for us.
What it means is there are two different parties, local producers and importers, who have sort of think they're having a fight to the death. That if the importers feel that their capacity to import cheaply is constrained, that their businesses are going to suffer tremendously, and we know that our businesses have suffered because of these imports. That 370,000 tons of chicken is equivalent of 265 million chickens. That's kind of a lot of chickens.
265
million chickens. That's a lot of chickens.
Wow.
And almost all of it, actually 90%, is what most people would call waste. It's products that other people don't want in the rest of the world. It's safe to eat, but it's waste. And it comes into South Africa, and we're saying, hey, every time you buy a local job. Buy South African, we'll produce more. We can produce everything that you need. Just give us the economic space to do it. That's all we're asking for.
Yeah. I mean, I was asking you, I mean, I just threw a comment at you saying, and this is not knowing anything, I was saying we must be one of the highest consuming countries when it comes to chicken in the world. For some reason, I just believe that. And you agree with me?
I do agree with you. We're actually in one of the sort of top 10 countries when it comes to per capita consumption. Now, that's kind of a funny number because around the world, the biggest meat is pork. Now, most South Africans probably wouldn't think like that.
Yeah.
So we eat in South Africa more than 60% of all the animal protein is chicken, meat, and eggs.
Okay.
So we're the king of protein for South Africa. We provide South Africa's basic staple.
Yeah.
And we're at risk and we're at threat. Two of the major companies have actually said they're going to reduce the value of their assets. Some of the viewers might have remembered that Telkom a couple of weeks ago wrote off 12 billion rand from their balance sheet. Some of the chicken companies are planning to do the same. We really are in financial trouble, and it's because of imports.
Well, that's absolutely frightening, because this is, one could almost categorize it as staple food, because that's what people rely on. But what will this do to the price of chicken?
What it'll do to the price of chicken, it'll change the price of imported chicken. It doesn't actually necessarily change the price of local chicken. We've hired a firm of economists to look at that, and they actually think that our internal estimates of price increases are overstated. They only think that prices will go up by a few percent.
Okay.
Now, a few percent can be enough to actually worry some people, and we're cognizant of that. But we really think is there such a thing as cheap food if you don't have a job? And we've got to create jobs. That's what South Africa's job is. We employ directly, indirectly 130,000 people. That's a lot of people. We've lost 5,000 of those in the last 2 years. We think we might lose another 20 in the next 6 to 9 months if things don't get better. I don't think South Africa can afford that. And that's what the Trade Commission sits with, this really difficult decision on behalf of South Africa. And industry, we've asked for an increase. It will protect so many jobs, create so many. What will it do in terms of the price? How much will it push it up, if at all? What's better for South Africa? That's what all this media sort of furore is about, is what are they going to make the decision that's going to work for us in the future as a country? Because
it would make more sense if South Africa produced more chickens. Because, I mean, that is, as you say, job creation. It's what the country demands. It's what we want. And why must we pay more for imported products when it can be done locally?
There's no reason. And in fact, in all of agriculture in South Africa, the growth for local consumption is going to come mostly from animal products as people's diets change. So we're part of the future of agriculture in South Africa. We're part of the future of employment creation in the rural economy. And we're terrified that we're going to lose all of that and become the next textile industry. And that's what it's about. And hopefully the viewers accept that if they have to pay a little bit more for chicken and they keep more jobs and create more jobs, that it's actually worth it in the long run.
Yeah. Just one final comment before I get you going. Importers claim that the local chicken industry had a flawed business model, which producers were asking consumers to fund. I mean, can you sort of give us some rationale on this?
Well, in the 30 seconds that I probably have, that's kind of not going to be that straightforward. What we do is we produce what consumers want. And we do that because we produce what our customers, the retailers, want to say they know what the consumers want. If we were actually producing the wrong stuff, why do people buy it? So I really think that all this nonsense about a flawed business model isn't there, because we would be selling less. We're not selling less, we're just not making money. That's the problem. We're losing money and therefore losing jobs. So I don't think there's anything that people have to worry about our business model. It's an international model, by the way. It's not a local one.
All right, Kevin, thank you for talking
to us. It's a great pleasure.
And Kevin Lovell is the CEO of the South African Poultry Association. If you'd like to comment, you know how to get hold of us. Morning Live, SABC. That's our Twitter account. Please do comment if you'd like to. All right.